Hello, everyone. Very happy Independence Day to all of you, 15th August 2023. I'm very much privileged to be part of this celebration as well as I feel that it's like for my profession as well. I'm a pharmacist, and it's exactly 25 years ago. In the year 1998, I joined this pharmacy profession. Uh, I'm here today to discuss a few things about pharmacy profession on this Independent Day. Uh, Honestly, I've been working with a lot of pharma institutes as well as corporates, and I'm very much, I would say, proud to be associated with the pharmaceutical ecosystem that we have in India. I've been working in the sphere of innovation since last few years, and we are involved into a lot of IP filings, patent filings, and all. Uh, what is happening in last, I would say, few years is that there is a lot of uh, awareness about IPR, and the numbers of IP filings are going really, I would say, upwards as such, which is a really good thing as far as a country is concerned, and as far as the entire innovation ecosystem, especially in the pharmaceutical domain, is concerned. But today I'm here with a very different perspective and kind of, I would say, exposing some bad practices that are happening. We have always been discussing about good practices in all our sessions and all or the workshops that we conduct. But then today I'm going to discuss a bit about some bad practices that are happening in the I would say, especially in the academic setups. Uh, this is kind of an we're gonna expose few practices actually that are rampant nowadays, and it also questions our abilities as researchers, or I would say, it also questions actually what kind of ecosystem are we working in. How I'll discuss this in detail in this particular video. My intent herein is just to let everyone be aware of these practices and to avoid these kind of practices in India. Uh, as a lawyer, this is a disclaimer that all the opinions are my personal opinions as such, and it has nothing to do with any organization I represent, or I would say any of my associations, basically. Let me give you a gist of what I'm going to discuss today. I'm exposing some corrupt practices by pharma academic professionals, and in this, I have categorized into, I would say, different things, how the Indian patent applications are being filed. Uh, Beyond that, the UK design patents, German utility patents, models, how are they filed actually? Uh, and even the research papers, and prestigious research papers, in the journals like European Chemical Bulletin, or even book chapters, books. How are they actually filed, or how are they published, or to be blunt, how are they actually sold? What are the pricings for being an inventor for an Indian patent application, a UK design patent, for being I would say, author or a co-author for a research paper, or I would say, being a co-author for a book chapter, or I would say writing a book chapter as well. How all this started was a few months back. I got this message from one of my professor friends in Pune, working in a pharmacy domain. He mentioned about this particular group, and this particular WhatsApp group, I would say, it's it's something which was active till last few weeks, I would say, and now that particular group is not actually active. I've been preparing for this session since last almost 4 or 6 months because there are a lot of legal challenges to do the session, as well as there were, I would say, other challenges as well, how to actually conduct this session. But then finally, I think, it's a occasion of Independence Day, and I think we should be very much proud of ourselves as Indians, and we should also have some thoughts on what is happening in our research ecosystem. So this message came to me, dear professors, you can join this group. The link was provided. The aim of the group is to provide patent publication, grant, article publication, books, book chapter, and help in research work for pharmacy, chemistry, biotechnology, medical. Very curious because I am working in the same domain, life sciences domain, for pharma, biotech, chemistry, and medical side, actually, with lot of clients, I would say, across pan India. And to take it a bit ahead, actually, I had the access to. So this was a WhatsApp community group, actually. If you're aware of the concept of WhatsApp community group, it's not a group, but multiple groups are forming a community, actually. And this, of course, the screenshots and all the data that I have got is through one of my friends who is a professor in Pune, one of the, I would say, established pharmacy institutes. The name of the group is Pharmacy Biomedical Research. Members 1718 participants, almost 1700 participants. The number is on 5th June 23. And the aim of the group was to provide patent publication, grant, article, exactly, all those things with reasonable prices. This was something which, stuck my mind, and I realized something is fishy in the group. Uh, Also, it was mentioned all these bookings in this would be really useful as an API for appointment, promotion, accreditation for NAC, NBA, NIRF ranking, ARIA, PCI, and government and industrial trainings and fundings. For those of you who are from the academic setup, definitely know what we are speaking about, the accreditations, the rankings conducted by government, as well as the different agencies as such. We have been working in the pharma sphere with this brand Pharma Literati, and we have always been I would say, uh, trying to help out the institutes. Actually, for more or less similar activities for NBNAC or NIRF rankings on a ethical basis or a professional basis, I would say, for certain activities. And we are very proud that in last 5 or 6 years, when we started as a small firm, and we were working with, I would say, some small institutes initially, but now we are in a position to work with some of the best institutes across India, which are among top 5 or top 10, in terms of ranking or in terms of their research activities as well. Now, this stuck, so I just had access to this group through, and I got all the screenshots that are coming through that particular group from my friend. Of course, for security reasons, I cannot disclose the identity of my friend. So then came the surprise. As I said, I have got it covered under different thing. Let me tell you what is happening with Indian patent applications. How the inventorship for Indian patent applications is getting sold. What are the pricings for that? Greetings, an Indian patent application not going for grant, and this is a call for applicant and inventor position. This was a message forwarded to the group with reduced cost ever. The title: Formulation and Characterization of Chitosan Nanoparticles for Chemoprevention and Cancer Fatigue that are loaded with cisplatin. Applicant 3 plus inventor, rupees 3,000. Applicant 4 plus inventor, rupees 2750 as on. And I was surprised where are the applicant 1 and 2 positions, or then 7, 8, 9 positions. If you look at it, maybe they are already sold. All the bookings are going to help you as an appointment, IPR for appointment, promotion, accreditation, rankings. And what is the price? 1500 silly, okay? Let's say 5, 6,000. If you want to be applicant to one, just pay 5 or 6,000. No need to do any research. And the beauty of all this was that all 12 inventors may be from 12 different states or 12 different institutes. The institutes, or they may not know each other. They would have never met with each other actually, and they are part of an invention, and it's very beautifully drafted Indian patent publication within 60 days with reduced cost ever, not going for grant. They know whoever is doing this, no, this cannot be taken for grant. The patent system works on a principle: you file application and it automatically gets published. And this is being used or utilized for the benefit. And this is how it is actually done. Now, the other members of the group, of course, the phone number is given. All the transactions are being done on WhatsApp, and the UPI technology has been really helping us. I would say each for every sector, but they never thought that this would be a way to use that technology to come up for these kind of I would say pseudo collaborations among the researchers, among the institutes, and this is how these inventions are getting filed and published as such. Uh, Now, if you look at, so this is kind of a business model that is getting created. Actually, I would say this is a kind of a business model. Someone at the back end is working for this and earning money out of it as well. Because for 12 inventors, if I calculate the total amount, it may be way more than actually for any general charges for a patent drafting expert or and the official fees. So this was kind of a business that is getting created. This was for Indian patent application. Similar things are happening for UK design patents, German utility models. I have got a I have got a different video for interpreting the German utility model and their significance as such. But then this is also happening for design patents. Now, honestly speaking, in India, we don't have that concept. We don't call it design patent. It's industrial design. But then this again is happening for design patent. You are selling out the inventorship or the applicant details as such for as mere as 2,500 rupees. For 10 inventors, 2,500 rupees, if I calculate. So the amount is again very higher compared to what is the actual cost. Very smartly drafted again, certificate and application form in the English language. Why? Because in Germany, we have it in German language. In Germany, the utility model would be in German language. Your name would be there. But in case of UK, so that's the thing that is working. Okay, it's in English language, and I'll have a certificate and application form in English language. My name would be there as a professor. Now, for the German utility patent, the cost surprisingly higher, 7,000 actually compared to the Indian patent application or the UK design patent as. But again, going back to the notes part, grant certificate will be in the German language, no English version available. We are attaching the sample certificate for your reference. The sample certificate was shared. Charges for all position are same. Name of applicant may be appeared alphabetically. All applicant will receive a soft copy of the certificate. Again, all the bookings would be helpful for API, appointment, promotion, accreditation, rankings, and beneficial for government and industrial funding. And this message is being delivered to 1700 plus professors across India. Now, how many of them are actually participating? That's a question of, I would say, some real research, I would say. But then, this German utility patent also, like, was part of this entire conversation. Moving ahead, for research papers, of course, for there were a lot of research papers related discussions in the group. But then what prompted me to include it here was a European chemical bulletin, the Journal of European Chemical Bulletin. And this was specifically discussed. And plagiarism is less than 10%. If interested, reach me. Get in touch with any one of the below WhatsApp number only for booking. The journal is since this its scope was covered since 2017. ISSN number be here. Everything is given. And author position, fourth position, 4,500. Fifth position, 4,000. First position, what is the cost? Evaluated. And that's how the faculties, the researchers are exposed to research publications as well as the patent publications, I would say. The worst part of this practice or this group was a discussion about book chapters. Discussion about book chapters. You can write a book chapter at a certain price. You would be an author for a book chapter for a specific price. You don't need to write anything. It's ready. आपका नाम include, your name would be included when you just pay a certain amount to this particular individual as such. What I tried to do is, in all these, of course, in all these messages which were forwarded, there was a number given, phone number given. Of course, I have kind of the number is hidden in all my slides. But then I tried to go through the phone number of this particular person on Truecaller, and yes, I could identify this individual through the phone number. The name actually was given, and unfortunately, I would say this guy is associate professor at one of the institutes in Central Pharmacy College in Central India, PhD pursuing area of interest, pharmacology. All this is happening in the I would say through a WhatsApp community group wherein 1700 plus members are part of it. Uh, only admins can put messages. No one else is allowed to put messages as such. And after all this, I would say a few things that come into mind is, why is this happening actually? And the very intent of this, if you look at this entire practice, is the at the core is the pressure that academicians are feeling for API, for an appointment, for a promotion, the accreditation by the agencies, NBA, NAC, the ranking for NIRF, PCI, or maybe for this is I would say, since I'm speaking about pharmacy, I have included the name PCI, and this was there in the group as such. Now, where is this happening as such? Where is this happening? And if you see that, It's cutting across the sector. I'm just kind of exposing, I would say, or speaking about the pharmacy profession. Being a pharmacist, I felt a need to at least, at least speak once. Uh, I don't know what is going to be the impact of the video. I don't know how is it going to help, probably clean the system, or probably I would say have a bit awareness about the genuine practices that are happening in research. Because through core research only we can grow as a country. This is cutting across the sectors, cutting across the regions. In fact, when this was a similar thing was discussed in one of the WhatsApp groups of patent agents, there was a specific mention by someone that, oh, these practices are rampant in South. Let me tell you, it's not about South, it's not about North, it's not about East or West or Central. It's cutting across the regions this is happening, because this particular WhatsApp group had participants across India, from I would say Tripura to Gujarat and JNK to Tamil Nadu for sure. As such, it is cutting across the institute types. It's happening at the universities, it's happening at the autonomous institutes, it's happening at the government institutes, it's happening at the, I would say, private institutes as well. As in, they are being part of it. Actually, the professors cutting across the ages, it's just not happening, I would say, for younger researchers as such, but it is happening, uh, cutting cutting across the ages as well. Now, what can be done? How is it relevant? Now, legally speaking, what are the ways to avoid these practices as such? Can we have some check on the authenticity of these IPs as such? That is the important question that need to be, I would say, uh, answered. Can we have a check on this, and who can do this? Probably, I don't know legally what is the way out to stop this, but maybe I believe the accreditation agencies. Secondly, what about the moral, actually? How can we promote in research in India? We are just mushrooming these kind of practices. On an individual level, we need to, I would say, think what kind of education and research, mentoring and guidance we are providing to our next generations. uh, because we know that, we are as a country, we are growing, our economy is growing, and we know that research is core to any country's growth as such. If we are getting involved into these kind of practices on individual basis, how can we actually give the moral education to our next generation as such? Thirdly, ethically, on a professional front, is it correct to get involved into these practices? Actually, I believe the legal part, not very sure, because although being a lawyer, I'm not practicing. Maybe some things, some checks can be there legally on these kind of practices. On a moral level, of course, I would say on an individual basis, the kind of education we are providing to our next generations, therein, we need to ensure that we're not involved into these kind of practices. And I definitely feel there is a lot role by the, I would say, the professional associations, be it Pharmacy Council of India, AICT, UGC, or Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, and so many others actually. Why I'm taking specific names here in is because I think, as a pharmacist, I feel that at least in the pharmacy practice, we should ensure that there is a cleanliness, or we have to ensure that the research is actually clean, or those who are actually involved into research, they should get the due credit, I would say, out of it as such. And that's the intent of this entire session. I would say I'm I would be happy if you have any specific comments on this. If you want, you can definitely get in touch with me. I've given my phone number directly. I'm available on this phone number, both for those who are, I would say, who feel that, who are kind of standing with me on this Independence Day, 15th August 2023, as well as those who feel for the community, for the profession of pharmacy, with a just a request to like, share, the and comment if you have anything, and definitely subscribe to our Pharma Literate YouTube channel. We are here for I would say ethical reasons. We are here for the progress, and we are I would say, going to continue with the same approach, that the way we are working in since last 5 or 6 years with a lot of institutes. Till that time, take care. Thank you so much for watching this video. A very happy Independence Day to all of you. And at the end, I would just like to say, Jai Hind. Take care.